Hi, everyone. We are kicking off our first tasting for Rosé All May, and we are starting with this beautiful sparkling rosé. It is Domaine De La Dentelle, a sparkling rosé from France. The grapes are Gamay and Pulsar, and you can see it's a beautiful color here. And so each week we're going to be hosting this live Zoom session, so any of our subscribers can join us and experience the wine with us. And now Lauren is going to take us through the deductive tasting method for this wine.
Hi. Okay. So thanks so much for having me first and foremost. This is so much fun.
I know.
So I on purpose did not open this because I know a lot of people struggle with how should I open a bottle of sparkling wine? And I've never done this sitting down, so this will be interesting. So, but you just kind of get in there with your nails. Sometimes they have a tab, and then you pull that off. And then I always leave the cage on. I find that it gives you more control. So this metal part's the cage, and there's always six turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's always 6 turns. And leave the cage on for the most control. And you just kind of are like wiggle, and you're letting it do all the work. Now, if I had like a towel over that, it wouldn't have made an audible noise, but it's totally fine because it's just you in your house, hopefully, or like with friends, and nobody cares. Do not fling it up into the ceiling. That's not... I mean, just save that for outdoors. Save the bottle acrobatics for outdoors, the sabering, all that. Just outside, people. That's all. So I also have 3 glasses here. So this is a sparkling wine glass, which I had whiskey in, so I'm not going to use that one. This is also a sparkling wine glass. But my preferred glass for this wine is a burgundy glass. You might hear it called Pinot Noir glass. That's fine. It's like a wider bulb, and I kind of like that. And when I pour wine, I don't pour a full glass. I just pour, I would say that's maybe 2.5 ounces. So there's 4 steps that I boil it down to at WineUp for tasting wine. Look, smell, taste, and think. So if we're looking at this wine, we want to give first a color. So I'll let you go ahead and give me your note on the color.
I had muted myself because I don't want like my dogs to bark in the background. But it's a really deep rosé.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of shocking to me. You can tell in the bottle, but in the glass, it feels even deeper.
Yeah. Almost like a...
It's got like almost a cranberry-ness to it.
Uh-huh. Totally.
Obviously like a really diluted cranberry, but it's really pretty. And it has a bit of orangish too.
Yes. No, I was just going to say that. It's almost orange or coral or like pomegranate.
Oh, I think pomegranate's better than cranberry. I like pomegranate.
The color of pomegranate, not the color of pomegranate juice, not like inky, but just like the color.
Yeah.
And so so this is sparkling. So you can aerate it a little bit, but you don't want to do that too much as to not like make it flat. And then I always look and see what the legs are and the residual kind of wine that's on the glass running down. And this doesn't really have anything. What the legs tell you is if it's going to be hot or cool climate, and viscosity and sugar content and stuff like that. And I don't really see syrupy legs here because this is pretty light bodied and it's a sparkling wine. Okay, so let's smell it. So what I tell people is give me 3 fruits and 3 non-fruit descriptors if you can. And it's always, always harder when you really try to do that versus like, oh, just say, oh yeah, 3 fruits, 3 non-fruits. But if you're actually thinking and saying in actuality what you are smelling, it is a stretch. You have to use your creative side of the brain.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kick it off?
I mean, I'll say my first one, I think it smells like fruit punch.
Okay.
Like boxed fruit punch.
Hell yeah. Like a box of juicy juice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what else I get? You're so right with
fruit or non-fruit? It's kind of not real fruit.
Right. I mean, it's fruit character.
Yeah.
So sticking with the fruit theme, I totally get a box of juice that you send your kids off to school with.
Mm-hmm.
Other thing I get is pear. All I smell is pear, right?
Pear, strawberry is the next one for me.
Strawberries?
Kind of ignore strawberry for a second to get the fruit punch. Yeah.
You know what else I'm getting too, as far as non-fruit, is cream. Like if you ever had like a strawberries and cream flavored something.
Yep, I could see that.
Like, or almost like a root beer, like a cream soda.
Yeah, touching on the non-fruits.
Well, it is sparkling, so sometimes it's harder with sparkling. So the things that I try to think of are wood, like cedar, like things that you hang in your closet, like cedar closet, wood, Lincoln logs, things that are wood.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is herbs or teas or coffees or
Oh,
chocolate.
as soon as you said tea.
Tea, right.
Mm-hmm.
And flowers too. Like, do you ever think about how wine sometimes smells like flowers, especially Gewürztraminer smells a lot of the times like white flowers.
I can't do it.
You don't do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is not overwhelming. There's definitely like
it's like a blossoming flower, like a cherry blossom.
Oh, it could be. I was thinking gardenia.
Oh yeah. Like
gardenia, because gardenia is strong. But
right. So I always tell people you can't smell sweet. You can only smell things that remind you of a sweet. And when I smell gardenia, it's a white. Isn't gardenia white?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It smells. You want it to smell sweet, but more in like a honeysuckle sweet family.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't smell sweet because if you put your nose over a bowl of sugar, you wouldn't be able to smell it. You know, this is what's so much fun because for me, when I do these tastings, hardly anyone can ever just do steps 1 and 2 without tasting it. Because you start putting all these things in their mouths which are like watering. So what I do at the events is I always have a drink on the side for people to sip.
Yeah.
So that, you know what I mean? But let's taste it now. I think we've done enough steps 1, 2.
Bubblies are harder to taste because you have to hold that. If you want to hold it in your mouth, if the bubbles are too powerful, it can overcome it. But fortunately, this one isn't too powerful. It's nice, soft bubbles.
Very integrated bubbles. So bubbly that it's almost creamy in texture.
Yeah. I mean, we talked before we started, and I had a taste of it, and I get so much cranberry. It's that sharpness of the cranberry, not where it's like a cheapo cranberry juice, but just the sharpness.
Like that tart.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one of the things about this wine and why you and I picked it for Rosé All May is because this wine has residual sugar, therefore it has lower alcohol. Mm-hmm. So with residual sugar, you think of it like if you're looking at a scale of 100%, whatever you have towards the 100% can be residual sugar, but then what's left over is going to be alcohol. So more residual sugar means less alcohol, right? Yep. So this wine is a demi sec, which means semi-sweet. Mm-hmm. And so the alcohol content is lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was actually shocking to me how low it was. It's 8.5%.
Yeah. Which means that you can have the whole bottle and it converts to 2 glasses of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Right. I know. Isn't that crazy? But I mean, it also is, it's a refreshing wine. It's not, for me, this is not an evening wine. This is you could easily have this with brunch, easily have it 7 days a week, early afternoon. Doesn't have
to. Totally. And I just poured it into my sparkling glass. And the reason why the sparkling glass is like this is because it holds the bubbles better. So you can see the bubbles rise from the bottom to the top, which if you like a lot of carbonation, it's great for you. I actually don't like a ton of carbonation. I know I'm really weird because most wine people love bubbles and love champagne. I could kind of take it or leave it. Which is why I
like it if it's soft. I don't like the overpowering.
Yeah. What you pay for in the money is like the really, really
Fine.
Fine bubbles, almost creamy bubbles. So when you see on a bottle, Champagne Méthode is a lot of times they'll put it on French sparkling that's not made in Champagne. It means that the bubbles are going to be akin to the champagne.
Yeah.
So like a Blanc de Blanc, it's a bargain.
Yeah. This wine is actually, it's the most expensive one in the shipment. I want to say it was $21.99, which is typically would not put in a shipment. You know, I try to stick under that $15 cap.
Yeah.
We really wanted to bring in a demi-sec and a brie, and so it was like when we were looking down to the options, it was like we'll this one and go more affordable on other ones. But
I have to say, I love this wine. So like tasting it confirms pear. I get white flower. I get definitely those cranberry notes and the pomegranate too. Like when you bite down on a pomegranate seed and at first it's tart, but then it bursts with the juicy sweetness.
Yeah, I agree.
It has nice acidity too. Like the wine, yes, it has that sweetness, but it's not like, oh my God, that wine is too sweet and syrupy and gross. It's like, no, it's got some nice acidity to it.
Do you think that's the Gamay? Because the Gamay is fairly acidic. It's just low tannins.
Yeah.
And
I think it could be the Gamay. It's kind of hard to say. It kind of depends. I mean, French in general is known for being higher acidity. They pick the grapes a little bit earlier than they do in California. The climate warrants it. So they keep a lot of that brightness in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think that the contact with the skins too. I'm wondering if they almost keep this in contact with the skins for a little bit more complexity.
Yeah, for a long time. I mean, obviously the coloring. Yeah,
because of the deep kind of, I don't know, color of pomegranate color or cranberry color or.
Yeah.
I gotta say, so I'm not one of those people that like, oh, I can't drink sweet wines because they're not sophisticated or da-da-da. Like, I'm like, no, I like juice. I like grape juice. I like sweet things. This would be, so like the fourth step in wine tasting is thinking about the wine. Do we think this wine is high quality? And there's a couple of factors that go into that. And what goes into that is balance. Is this wine balanced? So am I getting all juice and no acidity? No, I'm getting some nice lively acidity. Am I getting like all tannins? No. My tongue kind of has like that like cat tongue or sandpaper feeling. I'm getting a little bit of tannins, but I'm getting the juicy acidity behind it. And also, can I have this wine with a variety of things? Would I have this wine with, a full dinner? Is this only a wine I drink alone? Is this wine I can only eat with, I don't know, spicy or salty foods? And honestly, I feel like it checks all the boxes.
Yeah, I do too. I think you could, it's very pleasant on its own without food. But I can think of a lot of fun options for pairing. I feel like the first thing that comes to mind for me is like eggs Benedict.
Ooh, yeah.
With eggs Benedict. I just think it would, I think like the high cream, high fat, sweetness, the bubbles cut it a little bit, but it's not strong one way or the other.
I love this. I
do like it. And I was a little concerned about being a demi-sec because it's all about the balance, like you were saying, with sweet wines.
Right.
Often in the affordable category, sweet wines, in my opinion, have a hard time getting that balance. But this one's great. I like it.
Yeah. I find the balance too. I mean, I could drink this during the day. It's a perfect brunch wine.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can still go for your afternoon hike or whatever. You're not going to be dead because you're too drunk.
Yeah.
We've all been there. I mean, we've all like brunched hard and had too much mimosa in the morning or too much in the morning. And then we're just dead the rest of the day and we need to go home and take a nap. And like, no, like this wine I feel like would give me energy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the opposite. It's low alcohol, so it's 10%.
Well, would you like me to share the official tasting notes with you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see how you did.
Okay.
Good. But I had already read them and I compiled them, so I didn't want to bias anybody too much. Okay, the aromas: white flower, violet, which is interesting. Raspberry, rose petal, oak, and smoke. I didn't get the oak and smoke, but you were hitting at it. So then for the taste is red cherry, rose petal, cranberry, raspberry, and strawberry.
Okay.
I agree with all those. I don't
Yeah.
violet. I would have to refresh my memory on like what violet smells like.
It's a flower. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the other ones are great. So
I am so surprised they don't mention pear because all I get is like
I
get
do
a ton of
too.
pear.
When you said pear, I definitely get pear. But who knows? Maybe
Pear juice. I mean, like sparkling pear juice. I mean, have you ever been at the kiddie table on Thanksgiving and your parents pour you like sparkling pear juice or something
Yep.
instead of wine?
Like Martinelli's or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like not apple, not that tart, but a little bit of the more pear nectar. Or if you've ever had a wine with like pear nectar, like a champagne. So I don't like mimosas, but I love Bellinis or right.
Yep.
So I just like, to me, it's just like,
yeah.
if you like Bellinis, you will love this wine.
I agree. Yep. Because it almost, that pear is, it's pretty like that kind of juicy juice with apple. And pear, but it is probably borderline bringing in like peach. So I could see definitely a good Bellini option, and you don't have to add anything to it. It's great as it is.
I agree with all those tasting notes except the smoke.
I know. The oak, they said oak and smoke, but.
So, I mean, was there contact with oak? I'm wondering.
Yeah, potentially. I didn't read that part of it, but.
By the way, I just keep drinking it.
I know. Unfortunately, I have to go pick up my kids. So this is going to
get a task rabbit for that. Stay here and drink wine with me.
I wish. But all right, cool. Well, I'm going to end up this recording.
Yeah.
And hopefully anyone who's subscribed will join us next week. I know a couple cool people that are going to be joining next week. And it's never too late to order. You can always just jump in wherever we are when you choose to order, or you can drink them at your own pace too. Next,
absolutely.
Are doing the Volper Rosé. I should have grabbed it and brought it over here, but it's a really fun bottle. It's a short, fat bottle. And so that's next week.
So excited for that one. So next Friday, join us. We'll be doing this again.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, Lauren.
Cheers. You're welcome.